spent the whole movie going, why are you doing this? With so many of the characters, I'm like, why are you doing this?
Martin.
Okay, you finally meet up with your best friend, and you got a thing to tell her, and you're like, well, it's because, I'm like, just say it.
I remember watching The Old Guard from a few years ago, and that's with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Where the hook was very clever. They played these centuries-old assassins or killers or whatever, but their power is that they're immortal. So they can go in, take a bunch of wounds and bullets and cuts and even missing limbs and get back up and finish the job.
Right.
And
Get that Wolverine healing factor.
yeah, better than Wolverine. Yeah, you just pick up an arm, just put it back on, and go back to work. But it's been so long, I forgot about the film.
I did too, because when it opened up with something like, oh, this is a new thing, I was like, I don't remember this that well.
It just sounded familiar, right? Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah, and I was like, oh, that movie.
I mean, I remember it in as much as it was a pandemic movie. I had read the comic, but the thing about the movie was it was a much better adaptation than I expected. I was just like, oh, this is actually, it was fun. It worked, and it was directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, who did The Woman King.
Okay.
And
you love that movie.
Yeah. And she gave the commencement speech at my daughter's graduation from AFI. So I was like, okay, well, The Old Guard, I thought it wrapped up pretty nicely, but if we're going to do another one, let's check this out.
Yeah, and so when they came out with a new one, don't remember a damn thing about it, but I remember one thing, I liked it.
Yeah.
So I said, let me go ahead and jump on this, see what these immortals are doing. Get caught up with them again. Did you see the first one?
I have not seen the first one. I went in blind to this.
Oh, okay. Well, we did too. Anyway, let's go and watch the trailer for The Old Guard 2. And we'll be back.
The older guard.
The older guard. And we'll be back. If I said that, you'd be all over my ass. Buddhism.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Man, I did it with style.
Yeah, you did. And let's see if you like the movie as much as this movie, as much as you did the first one. We'll watch the trailer and be back with our reviews. Quick.
I am scared of what she is capable of.
And so this is what the movie's about. I think it's been years since the first movie.
Yeah.
And not that I have a short attention span, but in this day and age, you can't do that.
You can't. We ingest so much material. Now you come around to this, I was like, I really need a recap.
Yeah.
Because all I knew is that you guys were immortal and you were killers or mercenaries or something. This opens, and I was like, oh, Chiwetel Ejiofor, was he one of them? Was he in the movie?
I forgot he was in the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And this movie brings up some interesting things because part of the story is you have some new immortals that have been brought in, and they are pissed because they were put in water for thousands of years, and imagine thousands of years of just drowning, and you can't die. So I thought that's interesting. You have these immortals have a grudge against the original crew because they felt like they weren't saved, and they suffered for thousands of years. It's a nightmare scenario, and it really makes your mind think. But not as much you thinking about what the fuck is going on with this movie.
Oh my God, that's such a relief to hear.
I saw the movie. You didn't. And
No, I did.
No, the first one.
The first one.
no,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
you didn't see the first one. And people, as much as I love that first movie, the reason why I say you cannot spend this many years apart unless you do a really good job at making a narrative that gives enough information as the story moves along. I ain't talking about giving us a big goddamn information doo-doo at the beginning. I'm talking about you actually interweave some background story as the movie goes along. This movie just assumes that, oh man, shit, we so good, y'all gonna be with, you gonna go with this no matter what.
Right. It assumes you just watched the last one.
Yeah.
And that you'll make up in your head what goes along. Because there's so many action movies that come out now, and they've become like cheap horror movies where they just rely on tropes and shorthand. And they're like, well, you know how this goes. I was like, no, I don't know how it goes until you tell me your version of it. And yeah, this stuff, like a big thing with Charlize Theron's character where she's not immortal anymore. I was like, I don't even remember that being a thing.
I don't remember how that happened. Yeah, I don't remember. It's funny that you say that. I don't remember Chiwetel Ejiofor being in there. I don't remember what they did the last time. I don't know what the fuck they doing going into this one.
Right.
I don't remember some of these relationships. They got 2 gay characters in there. I was like, oh, were they gay in the last movie?
Yeah, I know. I was like, was that a thing before?
Yeah.
Okay. This thing, like the villain, there's so many conversations that aren't happening here. Because with I guess we got 2 villains, but with the one, the main one with Charlize Theron, with that character, she's who used to be her best friend.
The girl that drowns for
Yeah.
1,000 years.
What was her name? I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Well,
But
no, it don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The one who drowns, and now she's like, you left me down there for 1,000 years, and I'm come back for revenge. And it's like, wait, yeah, why did you leave her down there?
Yeah.
They never answer that question.
Also, that's fucked up, but who are you?
Who are you? Yes. Yes. Oh, well, here's some flashbacks to show you. It's like, yeah, that's one flashback.
Yeah.
That doesn't really tell me much.
Like walking into the middle of 2 people arguing on the street or something.
Yeah.
Like, 2 friends have an argument before you got there.
Yeah, you go like, hey, what's going on with y'all?
Yeah.
Hey, you stay out of it. This is
Yeah.
between us. You're like, all right.
See, there is so many shows and movies in between this. And it's not just for us anymore, because
Yeah.
when I say not just for us, because we used to see a lot of things more than the average person. But now the average person sees a lot of stuff too. There's so much choice out there. And in between that time, you're consuming so much that if you do not construct a good story that reveals the information from the last movie after you've taken so long, you're going to get lost.
Oh, yeah.
And this movie does not construct a good story. It spends too much time assuming that you either know about the lore of this film or you love it enough that you get caught up no matter what.
Right.
And it doesn't do a good job at catching you up. I was so bored watching this because I did not feel like he was giving me enough proper information to catch me up on what was happening.
Yeah, there's not enough backstory to even care about what's happening. You're like, all right, there's some stuff back and forth, and you throwing in the whole, well, you can transfer your immortality. And I'm like, well, that sounds made up on the spot.
Yeah, it does. And not to mention that, because they don't even explain how that happened. Even one character says, man, how'd you do that? And they never explain it.
I know.
I was like, yeah, brother, I'd like to know too.
And the big villain, with Uma Thurman, I was like, I spent the whole movie going, why are you doing this? With so many of the characters, I'm like, why are you doing this?
Martin.
Okay, you finally meet up with your best friend, and you got a thing to tell her, and you're like, well, it's because, I'm like, just say it. Why are you not saying it? It would change the dynamic of all this. Nah, if I tell her, then the movie's over.
Yeah. And every character does have that look. Why y'all doing this? Oh, you know.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't know. Oh, come on now. No.
You turned this shit on. You know what this was.
Come on. You saw the last movie. I'm like, no.
There's a lot of punching and cutting each other up, but a couple of conversations could solve all of this.
It really is a cool concept if you see the first movie, which is why I'm so disappointed with this, because I don't think they followed through enough just because they assume that you're going to be caught up in it because you just love the first movie that fucking much. But if you saw the first movie, it's just like anything that has a great origin story.
Yeah.
You're learning about these powers, and when you see them for the first time, it's really cool to see. And I remember seeing that for the first time. I was like, oh shit, that's a really cool concept. And I'm playing that scene because I got a question for you, and I would ask you, but you didn't see the first one.
That's from the first one, right?
That's from the first one.
That looked amazing.
Thank you. Okay, see, that's cool that you didn't see the first one, because that scene right there by itself, does that not look like it's better production than this one?
Across the board, that has style, and it is subtle enough, and it trusts the audience to just be interested in what's going on, because it's doing something interesting. And there's way more style in that one shot than the entire movie, of the second one at least.
This one looked real cheap to me.
Yeah, it did look cheap.
My God, did it ever? That's an understatement. Like, that was the first thing I wrote down. I was like, cheap everything. Props, camera work, dialogue, acting, story, script, you name it.
Yeah, it just looks flat compared to the first one.
Yeah.
Was the camera work in the first one similar to what they were doing in this second one here? Like where they were zooming in, it had like kind of that found footage almost element to it?
I got a clip to show you because I think that, I said one of the things that would keep a movie like this interesting, and nobody would care that much about catching up with the story if it had some cool fight scenes and some cool action scenes. And I think both of those, I'm not going to say it's the worst editing I've seen, but it is that choppy editing where they just cut too much.
Yeah.
Especially with the fight scenes.
I knew you.
Quynh.
Bitch, come here. This is one of the scenes I actually gave them credit for. I thought this, like what you're about to see, I think it's one of the better fight scenes, and I still think it's not that good. Huh? You know, just like all those. At first, it starts out where they linger on some shots, a little, taking their time, and then it just gets real. It gets real cutty, you know.
Yeah. Also, the reason for this fight is dumb.
And the location of it is stupid.
Well,
in between a wall and a truck. Okay.
It's just they start out talking, and then one gets up and walks away, and now it's like, well, now we got to fight. It's like, this doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Like it takes away your reason to care about it,
Yeah, man.
because there's no like, what's the goal here?
I really didn't like this movie. I mean, and I'm not even being aggressive towards it. I just don't. I think it did a poor job on everything. It did a poor job on storytelling. It did a poor job on catching you up. It did a poor job on technical stuff. And it just looks like it really pales to the first one.
It does.
That first one, they had for some reason, has such moodier and better production and better lighting. This is very flat. And I mean, they travel around the world and make that seem boring.
And the first one had one other really big thing over this one, an ending. I could not believe getting to the end of this movie and it's like, oh, to be continued with the next movie. It's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You had all the time in the world to wrap this up.
Yeah. First of all, you had all the time in the world to wrap this up. And second, you want to move on to something else, and we ain't even finished this shit right here. I don't even know what the fuck is going on with this. You better bring your ass back here and tell me what's happening here. Try to go part 3. No, hell no. I'm still stuck in part 2 scratching my goddamn head. What's going on?
Tune in next time, true believers.
Yeah, don't bet on it.
No, I ain't never seen a tease for a third movie where I can give a fuck less.
Do a damn thing.
Yeah, but next time.
Next time. You had your chance.
Hey, let me rate it. I'm good. Yeah, man, this is like I said, I ain't even mad about it. It's just I got bored and it challenged me to keep watching. I kept dozing off. And I wasn't even tired.
Yeah.
But I was after watching this.
Yeah.
It's some old bullshit to me, man.
It was just fluff. It's padded out, it's fluff, and it doesn't leave you with any kind of lasting impression.
Somebody said coming in 2035, part 3.
Yeah, give you enough time to forget how bad this one was.
Then you really won't remember what the fuck happened.
Oh, what would you give it, man?
I mean, I'm maybe not some old bullshit, but a very, very low rental.
Yeah, I can understand that too. Some interesting thing.
I cannot understand that, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Watching this, I was like, damn. This is what you made. It to me, watching this, it was like watching an Underworld movie with no seasoning whatsoever. It was like water-flavored water. The only nice thing I can say about this is, wow, you shot in some beautiful locations. I hope I can go there one day and never associate that trip with this movie. This is empty. This is
empty.
Totally just junk. And I got nothing else to say about it. Bullshit. Cheesy, corny bullshit. And they play TikTok music in it. That's the kiss of death for me.
Really? They play some TikTok music in?
They play a song from Baby No Money in this.
Oh, okay. Even she don't like it. Cut that shit out! Oh, man. Well, there you go, people. You got something better to do, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I was excited. I was like, oh, I got time. I'll watch this. I turned it on 20 minutes, and I was like, man, fuck you, Corey. This sucks.
Because I had almost watched this other day, but didn't. And then I turned on, and I was like, I bet they're going to want to talk about this. And then I turn it on. It's Netflix, and I go like, oh, the new Sandman. Let me get ready. And I see that text from you. We're talking about the old guard today. And I was like, fuck.
Oh. Well, Martin, if it helps, Sandman came to see me while I was watching this. I put my ass to sleep real quick.